Okay, so the quick and dirty way to do this way we had a quick look at this morning is you can trace out this curvature and you can do a polar array and some Boolean. So let's do that. I'm just going to lock the surface so it doesn't move around. And I'm going to grab an interp curve, that little second one over there. No reason other than I like interp curves. Grab a second bend and bring it around. I think something like that. Because we're doing it like this, you don't have to do as much work to do fillet edge afterwards, because we're drawing in the curvature into the curve right out of the gate. Right, so if you grab these and you move them around a little bit so you get your correct shape. I think let's move that one over there, that one over there, something like that, this one out here. Alright, so just get like a real basic shape, remembering that when you do the revolve, you've still got control over the shape of the item after. Now sometimes you've got too many points, like there, just delete the point. You see it didn't impact the shape at all. The shape still looked good. You could have done this the first time we did it with just an arc, and we did an offset. It doesn't matter how you get to your curve, it's unimportant, okay? So this is going to give you a nice round edge, so you're not going to have to fillet the outsides because it's already in your curve. All right. So I'm going to take this guy and move it over to here somewhere. Average 1 carat diamond is 6.5 millimeters across. So I'm going to go 3 there. I'm going to move it to about where a 1 carat stone would be, and I'm going to move it down so it's about right. Because remember, we've got to have a little bezel underneath the bottom of it too. So while we're in there, I'm also going to draw the bezel. All right. So I'm going to grab another interp curve. This one wants to start from there, it wants to come around, it wants to have a bit of an angle like that, and it's going to come around like this. Okay, so let's edit the edit points on that one and just make it nice and neat. And let's bring this one up. Wait. Sharper, get this corner a little flatter, bring that one into like there, and this one up to here. So this is the fun part of this kind of modeling, because you can basically make any shape you want. I think there's too many points in there, so I'm going to bring one out. Let's do this, let's do this. Now when you've got a bunch of points and you want to make them straight, little tip, grab all the points together. You see the scale item?
Okay.
Scale the points towards each other and you get a nice flat surface. All right? I do the same with those points and scale them towards each other. Whoa, like that. And just move them there. Alright, so I feel like we're close enough to what we need to do here. We've got some nice soft surfaces. They need to be inside each other. I think we're okay there. We're okay there. So we've got enough to do a revolve now. Alright. I feel like this needs to be out a little bit. So let's have a look at the shape. I called it. It actually did come in like that. This has to be wider, so that drawing was for bigger than a 1 carat stone for sure. That stone there, that's a size N at 16.8. That's bigger than a 1 carat stone. And by the way, whoever made this ring, the stone is skewed. Anyway, so now we can grab both those items together. We can revolve them around 0. Okay, then you've got this collet shape. Okay, and you can see that we no longer need to do the fillet because we drew the fillet in the curve. At least in this direction, we don't have to do the fillet. Alright, so let's have a look at the next shape through here. Again, I mean, you could draw this yourself. Last time I did it, we did it with a circle from 0. Doesn't really matter. Oops, shifting up. My author lock not on. What's going on? Shift. Weird. I'll grab that. Alright, then we've got to come sort of down like that.
Yeah.
And we've got space for 6 of them, remember? So I'll just grab these points, scale them, and bring them down a little bit like that. I think that we're about there, something like that. Alright, we're going to extrude this in the top view. Let's grab the curve, it's here. Yes? here you want to ask a question?
Yeah. Firstly, I draw a circle, but I don't know which direction I should draw the circle and extrude. Firstly, I draw a circle from the right viewpoint, and when I draw the circle extruded to upside down, and then I realize that's not right. I need to east to west.
Extrusion is always planar. So it's going to extrude 90 degrees to the curve. Always planar. So but you can also choose a direction.
Okay.
Okay, so if this curve is facing planar in this direction, it's going to extrude towards us. If it's facing planar in this direction, it's going to extrude towards us here. I'm going to just use the little extrude tool. Okay. It's always planar in the direction.
Okay.
All right, no worries. So we're going to grab this guy now. We're going to, remembering your red polar, I'm in this viewport because I want to array in this direction around here. Center of my polar array is 0 and I want 6 items.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have a look at that. And I think we've...
Sorry.
No worries. I think we're pretty much there. We just want to play with this one a little bit. So I want to bring that in. I also want to get the angle on it. So I'm going to rotate it up a little bit like that. And I think it wants to be a little bit fatter. The prong over here is fairly thin. So the prong's fairly thin. So we're going to adjust just the inside here to make that fatter. I'm going to teach you a little trick now called super select. Remember, this is our one with history, all right?
Yeah.
If you hold Control and Shift, and then you click that face, you can select just that face.
Okay.
Which means you can scale it in now. And do the same thing. The first time round, we did a taper. This time round, we're grabbing that face. Right, so I'm going to bring it in a lot tighter than that, something like that. And then I'm going to scale the whole thing a little bit bigger. And I think that that's about what we're after. So is that look like our prong? Yep, that looks like our prong. All right, so we're going to do a Boolean. It's our first Boolean. Once you do this Boolean, you've lost all history. So you may want to, before you do the Boolean, create your bottom cutter. This is the one down here.
Yeah.
All right. We learned last time that we couldn't fillet in here when we did it with a sharp edge thing. So this time we're not going to use a sharp edge thing. We're going to use something a little bit softer. So let's come in this viewport. I'm going to do an arc again like we did last time. So I'm going to grab an arc.
Yeah.
The handle, I'm going to go from 0 straight down. Oopsie, not straight down, like that. Something like this. We're going to mirror this one over itself.
Yeah.
So we're mirroring over the 0 plane.
Yeah.
Grab a line, join them up.
Yeah.
Like that. And we're going to join these, but then before we extrude them, okay, we're going to soften off all these edges. So we're going to fillet corner.
Yeah.
Select poly and 0.1 I think we'll do.
Yeah.
A little bit more I think. Do it again, 0.15. Okay, so this time those corners will already be radiused when we do the cut. Right?
Yeah.
So this cut has to come up here, something like that. Let's extrude it and have a look. So I'm going to do extrude. Wait. My mouse is snapping on everything. Alright, so let's have a look at you. Alright, so it's exactly in the wrong plane. I'll explain what I mean in a second. So the cut is meant to be, the first cutter is coming out here, the other cut is meant to be in between. Okay, so you see it's in the wrong place, it needs to be here. So it needs to move exactly, it has to rotate around exactly 1/6. Alright, so we're going to rotate it. Type the word rotate.
Yeah.
Rotate around 0 from here.
Yeah.
Alright, what's 360 divided by 6?
60.
Is it?
Yeah.
So that would bring us around right there. So half of that is
30.
So we want to rotate it 30 degrees. Press enter.
Okay.
Right. The other way to do that, remember you can do mathematics on the control line. So you can go, so in our case you want to go half of 60, so you want to go 360 divided by 12. Right, so you go rotate from 0, shift straight down, and you can actually type the math in. Go 360 divided by 12.
Okay.
And it works out the math for you.
Okay.
All right, so now let's have a look at this in our side view. It actually was pretty good, straight up. I think it was pretty good. So we're going to have, yes, see, like this is thinner than this, so I think that that's about right.
Okay.
Remembering our first time we did this, that it also has a bit of an angle. All right, so I'm going to move that. I should have done this before I rotated it. Actually, I think that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is the same trick we used before and highlight all these guys. I'm just going to hide them for now. They're a little bit in my way. Same trick we did before. I'm going to grab that face, Control and Shift or Super Select, and grab just that face.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to scale that face smaller in Z, and move it down like that.
Okay.
Which is going to give us that bit of a down angle we're after. And we also want to make sure that we Boolean right through, so I'm going to just move it inwards towards 0 like that. Alright, so then I think that that's what we need there. I'm going to grab this face, Control Shift here, and I'm going to scale that bigger.
Yeah.
Like that. Alright, let's show everything. Yes, that's the shape we want. Alright, so this guy we're going to do the same thing. We're going to array polar.
Yeah.
Around 0, 6, and press enter. Right, now we have everything we need to cut this collet to the shape we want.
Yes.
At this point, I'm going to rename this layer. I'm going to call it original parts. Before history. Don't be scared, it's only text. If you can't remember what the hell the layer was about, give it a name you can remember. Take all of these items, everything you have on the screen, go here, copy objects onto this layer.
Okay.
Not change this time, you want to actually make a copy.
Okay.
So you want to protect this layer. So you're going to copy to here,
Okay.
and then turn it off, and if you screw anything up, you can come backwards.
Okay.
All right, so now we want to do the Booleans. So we're going to grab this guy. We're going to go Boolean difference with all the top ones. Remember, left click and right move. Select everything it touches. Okay, that one done. Again, and this time I'm going to select these. So I just right click to run the Boolean difference command, and now I'm going to select these guys. Okay. And pretty damn good out of the gate. I'm happy with that. All right.
Very good.
So that's the one way to draw this collet. Most of the time you're going to find that this is probably the way you'll end up drawing them. You can see, remember the first time we drew it, I didn't have enough angle here. So this doesn't look the same as this. This should have been, you should have had more of an angle here. So I'm going to Control Z just once and undo that Boolean. Right, we're going to delete you. Okay. I'm going to work with this one because it's exactly 90 degrees to us. All right. This needed to be more of an angle like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's better. So do array again. Array polar 0, 6. Enter. Okay, and let's do Boolean difference again. BD. With you and you. That's better. Except that it's not better. All right, so we go again. Okay, so it is better at an angle, but it's not out enough. So we need to scale this bottom section. So we can grab its bottom face over here. Actually, I'm going to grab this face here. And move it in. So what I'm after is I want to make sure that it's wide enough. So that face we're going to take scale out like that.
Yes.
A little bit more, I feel like. A little bit more. Like that. Like that I'm happy with. Okay, so you can sit and play with this to your heart's content.
Yeah.
Is that better? Yes, I feel like that's better. Alright, so you Boolean difference with all of these guys. No, it's still not right. Anyway, I'll let you tweak that. I think our very first go was actually the closest. So yeah, remember, Control Z key is your friend.
Yeah.
Oh, too far. Redo.
Yeah.
Redo, and you can redo so I made that way too far. I think that first go was actually the best go we had. All right, so we're going to take that guy. Yeah, all right, so, and you can redo as much as you can undo.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to leave that like that this time because it's the closest we've got so far. So, Boolean difference with all of you guys, and you. Okay, let's pretend we're happy with that.
Yeah.
You can also play with these bottom surfaces. Okay, so remember we did super select before?
Yeah.
You can go Control Shift, hide all the curves, so curve, hide, and shaded. So all of these surfaces here you can play with. You could also have done stretch. Remember we played with cage edit. So if you wanted to tweak this to exactly the right amount, you could have super select, Control Shift and grab all of this.
Okay.
Doesn't want to grab it. Nothing to grab. It's all still the same surface. All right. In this case, you could probably use cage edit, or you could use stretch. Stretch this item. Stretch this guy from here to here, and you can pull it down a little bit to get the shape you want. Or if that's not the shape you want, you could use cage edit.
Okay.
So cage edit, bounding box. And grab these four, bring them down, taper them together. Until you get exactly the shape you want.
All right. I get it.
Okay, let's show our other item. So we can bring it in a little bit now. It can be a little bit smaller. Let's grab you, let's make you smaller, let's make you taller. So this is the beauty of Rhino. There's many different ways to do the same thing.
Okay.
Right, so now you've got a really tight collet. This would fit a 1.5 carat.
Okay.
Now you can play around with filleting the edges, soften them off. You should probably have a little bit more luck this time because it was done from a better starting point. So you can go fillet edge. Yeah. So you fillet edge. I'm going to put this on 0.2, I think. Let's give that a try. So you and you. Yep.
All right.
But remember, once you've done this, you've destroyed the history on this item.
Yes.
Okay, so you can always go backwards to your original part layer and redo it all again.
Yeah.
See if we're going to win on the bottom here. I feel like what will happen when you try to do the 0.2 up here, you're going to get a failure. Let's have a look. See, it's too big. So this is where you would use your variable fillet and you would put like a 0.05 there and then come out to 0.2 at the bottom here.
Okay.
All right. All right, so quickly you've got the collet.
Yes.
All right, so the shank now should be no problem at all, right?
Yeah.
You should know how to make the shank with your eyes closed by now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's grab you. Unlock. Unlock. Okay. So if you looked at that and you had your collet up the top here, around about there somewhere, your shank now should be a no-brainer. Circle.
Yeah.
I don't know, let's say that's our finger size to there.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of that image for now. Let's bring the shank down. So that should be touching about there.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to offset this.
Yeah.
3 point. You know what? I'm just going to make another circle. Circle from 0. We know that the shank should come up about. Alt and Shift. The shank should come up to the ring about there somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this one, we're going to scale these bottom points upwards because the shank is not so thick on the bottom.
Yeah.
Shank is something like that.
Yeah.
Scale these points towards each other because our shoulders are not quite that heavy, and we're going to scale these points towards each other. Hang on, you guys. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna go through here. We're gonna make
Yeah.
a cut. You can see that this one is, hang on, there's some curves inside there. So let's go cell curve. Let go of these two with the control key. You can deselect. I wanna delete.
Sorry.
If you go cell curve to select everything,
Yeah.
if you want to let go of any selection, I want to let go of just that curve, holding the control key
Okay.
and clicking it, you can let go of it.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to cell curve. I want to delete all the curves except these two, so I'm going to hold control, let go of them, and
Yeah.
press the delete key. Those curves in my
Okay.
way, they screw me up, can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to draw a line through here.
Yeah.
This is roughly where my shank is going to be touching, something like that.
Yeah.
This time I'm going to go cell curve.
Yeah.
I want to select everything except my curve. I'm going to type invert. I want to invert my selection. Watch what happens on the screen.
Okay.
Everything I didn't select is now selected. I'll do that again. I want to select this, but there's too many things in my way.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cell curve. I'm going to select the curves.
Yeah.
I want to select everything except the curves.
Yeah.
So I invert. It let go of my curves. It inverted my invert is opposite of 1 is an invert of 0. 0 is an invert of 1. Mirror.
Okay.
So like invert. I guess it's hard to explain what invert is. So this over here, I want to hide. We're going to use this a lot, so I'm going to explain the process again. I want to work on these curves. I want to hide everything that isn't curves. All right. So you could have gone cell all to select everything,
Yeah.
and then manually deselect your curves so that you've only got everything except the curves selected.
Okay.
The faster way to do it is if you only want to work with your curves, you go cell curve
Yeah.
and invert. So now you've got everything except the curves. It selected everything except the curves because you
Yeah.
inverted the selection. Okay, I'm going to move
Okay.
on. I'm going to let you digest that in the video.
Yeah.
And these are going to hide. All right. So because we're going to move to the shank now, I'm going to
Yeah.
mirror this over here. That.
Yeah.
Trim. I'm going to get rid of these two. And you. Join. Okay. Now we're going to show our head again because we need a reference point. So this is one curve now. I'm going to extrude it to about there, I think. Okay. And now we're going to play with this top surface. All right. So I'm going to taper this top surface in. I'm going to curve it a little bit. I'm going to chamfer the edges off.
Yes.
So I want to keep the head there now, but I want it to not annoy me anymore. So I'm going to grab the head
Yeah.
section. I'm now going to lock the head section of the collet.
Yeah. Morning.
Morning. And we're going to start playing with this. Remember I said you can super select. Control Shift.
Yeah.
Grab that edge.
Yeah.
Control Shift. And grab that edge.
Yes.
Control Shift. I can grab this edge.
Yes.
Control Shift. I can grab this edge.
Yes.
We can now taper those edges towards each other. Okay. And we have like a
Yes.
little tapered corner over there. So
Yes.
now we can play with our fillet a little bit.
Yeah.
This may not be what you wanted to make. It could be something different you wanted. So there's two things you can do. You can do fillet edge. Now you can go with a really big fillet. So I'm going to start with about, that looks like about 0.3, so I'm going to go 0.5. Okay, and I grab this edge and this edge. And let's have a look. Yep, they're not touching each other, so we're okay there.
Who is not going to touch the other?
The two fillets are not going to touch each other.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Okay.
If we did this, if you had,
Oh,
if you had
okay.
that, your fillet will fail.
Okay, I get it.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. This is one way to go with the shank. The other way
Yeah.
would have been to go Control Z and just extract your curves now. All right?
Okay.
So you can take this. You can go duplicate face border. Face border. I want the border of this face. Do I? Hang on. So let's go Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. So remember in our very beginning lessons I said degree 2 curves are a pain in the ass. It just caught us. The surface is split at a seam. You see it's got a seam?
Yeah.
So we're going to take these guys, we're going to rebuild.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to 8.
Yeah.
3, okay.
Yeah.
Same thing with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, now when we join them and extrude, we're going to have a different scenario.
Yeah.
We're going to be happy campers. So going backwards on everything we learned about curves, let's show our head again.
Yeah.
Got so many different ways to do this. I can do it like this, for example.
Yeah.
Right? I can mirror this over 0 to here.
Yeah.
And then we can play with the points like I was trying to do before. So let's grab these guys. Shift, and lock. Okay, so I want to bring these points towards each other, remembering that I've got mirror on.
Yeah.
Right, so I need to grab this point and this point. And when I bring these points in,
Yeah.
the other side's automatically coming in for me.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got that kind of shape that I need over there.
Yeah.
And so now I also want to bring these points down a little bit because I feel like that's a little bit too high. I want to
Yeah.
bring the points in a little bit. And then we're going to start working with the other points. And you can shape your shank to I think something like that. Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. And now we can start putting profiles on.
Okay.
All right. So I think that for this one, let's explode all these curves. Okay. Now we're going to put a little arc. So I'm going to take an arc over here, this guy, and draw from the bottom to there, and we're going to do a kind of that kind of shape.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to unlock my head because it's in my way now, and hide it.
Yeah.
And I want this top section to also be round, so I'm going to chuck an arc on there. That one. I'm going to work across the head here, from there to there, come back into this view. Alright, so we're going to do a sweep too, so I'm going to move this arc over to this side as well, so
yeah.
Mirror over from there, over 0 to that side. Okay, so that looks after what curves we're going to use on the bottom. Now we need to look, what do we want to do on the inside? Do you want a comfort fit on the inside or flat? Let's finish. Sweep 2. From you to you, back up to you. That. Okay, so that's our outside surface. Now we're going to concentrate on the inside surface. What do we want to do on the inside? So do we want the inside to also be comfort fit? In which case then we're going to have to do a little part with handle on the inside curve. The inside curve is here to here. Where's that quad? Look at it from the bottom. Let's come inside here and give it a bit of a that.
Okay.
Right. I want this to be flat against the finger here, so here I'm just going to draw a straight line.
Yeah.
And I'm going to draw another one over here. So this, the way we're doing it here is called surface modeling. Right, so we're going to grab these two curves.
Yeah.
Sweep 2 from you to you.
Yeah.
To you. Okay, so we've got the inside surface.
Okay.
It went from round coming up to flat.
Yes.
So now we need to sweep this area of the shank. So we've got this curve.
Yeah.
Where are you? That curve and this curve.
Yes.
Sweep 2.
Yeah.
With this.
With this shape.
All the way through to this one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Same thing on the other side. Or if we were smart, we just mirror it. So grab that guy. We mirror because we know that everything's lined up exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Mirror over 0. All right, and you can join these guys up.
Yeah.
When you try to cap them, you're going to have an error. Do you know why you're going to have an error?
Oh, sorry.
We're going to try cap command to close the hole.
Oh, yeah, too close. Yeah, yeah.
And we're going to have a problem. Can you see why we're going to have a problem?
We have problem.
It's
This
not
part
planar.
is, yeah,
100%. All right, so we just grab a line from here to here.
Got it.
And we split it so that it is all planar.
Oh,
Right, so we take that, mirror up, mirror it over 0 like that. We take our new poly surface, we split it.
Yes.
Type slower than me, and then you're not going to have problems.
Yeah.
All right, so grab all that nonsense, delete it. Where are you? That's just a curve. All right, so cell curve and delete. All right, now we cap this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 caps resulting in 1 closed object. That's what you want to see. All right.
Okay.
Let's show our collet. And the last thing we want to do is probably just do a little bit of a variable taper here or fillet here to get rid of this edge.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go fillet. 0.3. let's give that a go. You. Yep. And then the same on the other side. Okay, and now you can get around to rendering your item. Do you want to render it? Up to you, all right?
Okay.
So variable fillet we played with before, so if you do fillet, edge, all right, you can select the edge, pick your smaller side, which is 0.3, so highlight your item, okay? So you can see that on both ends it's going to make it 0.3.
Yes.
But I really wanted this to come in so it's more softer here. So
Yes.
I'm going to select this fillet and I'm going to make it 0.5.
Oh, okay.
And when I do this now, can you see that I get more taper at the bottom?
So you select that point.
You select the point.
Oh,
So you can do the same thing again from here. You select the bottom one, 0.5.
Oh, okay, I get it.
And you can work your way around the ring like that. So you can do many at a time if you want to save yourself time. You can grab both. And you're going to grab both those edges. This is going to be 0.5 and this one's going to be 0.5.
Okay, I get it.
So you can work your way through here now for rendering. I want to bring this down, I want to bring this up.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so quick play, you need a gem. So let's make a gem. What's the secret to make a gem quickly? Circle.
Circle.
0. Gem has to be about yay big, something like that.
Yes.
Copy. Enough for a girdle, enough for a table. And we get a point at the bottom of it, so take a point object, put it at 0, move the point object down, something like that. Because I copied it, damn it. Okay, I think that's about right, and then of course the table of the stone is smaller, right?
Yeah.
So something like that. Right, we're going to use the loft command.
Yeah.
You to you to you
Yeah.
to you.
And then straight.
And straight sections. I'm going to put this in the screen so we can remember because we're recording that screen. Okay, and then cap this. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So again, you can, to make this look more stony, you can mesh it and drag your polygon mesh controls all the way to the back and click OK. So if you now delete the poly surface, you've got more of a kind of looks like a gem.
Okay.
All right. Not really, but you get it. If you're struggling for a stone for reference,
yes,
that's a quick way to make a little reference stone, just so you can do a rendering.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay. And you got a big 1.5 carat Tiffany ring. I'll save the file for you and
Thank you
put
so
it in
much.
the tutorial. No worries.
I think the basic tool I need